Hello everyone, welcome back to Newsroom. I'm Chella Smith. This is your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube. I air on Fridays. I bring you the latest on reforms and economics of Iraq based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do these complimentary weekly reviews and it's based off my interest. Make sure you're subscribed and turn those notification bells on so when I'm live or when I have an early release show, you're in the know. And don't forget to smash the like button so others like yourself can find us. This next message may not apply to everyone, but to a specific audience. First, I'd like to address my audience who is very supportive on this channel. Your journey is inspiring and your strength is admirable. And for those who aren't supportive, remember, my progress is what matters most. Let's focus your attention on understanding the data given and not correcting. For an example, tomato, or my makeup color, or color of my clothes worn has nothing to do with this investment. I'm here helping you. I'm also helping me, and together we're helping each other. If you can't do this, you can simply unsubscribe to my channel. I apologize for today's delay. This is the only time I will address this. I'm making some adjustments to my channel, so I'm going to start summarizing my articles from now on for a better understanding of what's going on in Iraq. And if you're unclear about my broadcast, you can always look the data up yourself. I always give the name of the articles I'm reading from. Last week, we talked about Iraq's national sovereignty, banking reforms, BRICS, and what oil exports had to say. Let's take a look at this week's headlines. Euphrates News reports Iranian state news agency reported on Thursday that Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani will visit Iran next week. According to the official Sudanese, will visit Iran to launch services and urban projects in the governorates. Economy News Baghdad reports Visa, the lending global digital payment company, announced on Thursday it's cooperating with the Central Bank of Iraq to promote awareness of the importance of digital payments, noting that the campaign has the support of Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, the world's leading company in the field of digital payments, in partnership with the Central Bank of Iraq, launched an initiative to introduce merchants and consumers in Iraq to the benefits of digital payments and to raise awareness about the safety and security of these transactions. It's in the first phase. The campaign will focus on educating the growing community of the merchants and customers of Visa. Throughout history, merchants have been clearly cautious about the POS devices, which explains the heavy reliance on cash payment solutions. However, there is an increasing demand for digital payments in Iraq, where it's expected to grow by 23% between 2023 and 2027. The initiative will increase financial literacy and enhance financial inclusion, especially since about 80% of Iraq's population still does not have bank accounts or does not have access to digital payment solutions. So Visa is partnering with Iraq's central bank to boost digital payments. Prime Minister al-Sudani is supportive of this move. It's big steps towards modernizing Iraq's economy. U.S. Ambassador Elena Romanovsky on Wednesday praised the steps of the Iraqi defense minister during the joint security dialogue between Baghdad and Washington, saying it's great to meet with the security of defense again after the joint security dialogue that took place in Washington, D.C. earlier this month, where we strengthened the U.S.-Iraqi comprehensive partnership. Romanovsky says in a tweet, "We are working to create solutions for a better future for all Iraqis." The U.S. ambassador praised Iraqi defense minister's efforts in Baghdad-Washington security dialogue, aiming for a better future for all Iraqis. Shafaq News reports a delegation from the Kyrgyzstan regional government headed on Wednesday the capital Baghdad. According to the information obtained by Shafaq News agency, that the delegation visit aimed to discuss with concerns authorities in the federal government about monthly salaries of employees and workers in the public sector in the region, in addition to Kyrgyzstan's shares of budget. For its part, the Ministry of Finance and Economy in the regional government said in a statement that the the delegations of the Kyrgyzstan Regional Ministry of Finance and Economy went to Baghdad in order to track the salaries of employees of the Kyrgyzstan regional government in July and August, and to obtain all financial dues of the region in the Iraqi budget law. The Kyrgyz delegation had announced the postponement of its visit to Baghdad due to the death of the father of the Iraqi oil ministry days before the death of his sister and daughter in a horrific, tragic accident in the south of the country. On Tuesday, the head of the presidency of the Kyrgyzstan region considered it illegal and unfair, the failure to send the financial dues to the region by federal government. Their main focus is the Kyrgyzstan regional government's delegation visiting Baghdad to discuss public sector salaries and the Kyrgyzstan budget shares. They aim to secure financial dues. Economy news: Baghdad reports the head of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Atwan al-Atwani, confirms the path of the new central bank will maintain cash and exchange rates. The path of the new central bank will maintain cash and the exchange rate. The turnout rate on the electronic platforms has reached more than 85%, as we said earlier, noting that the central bank wants to deal with solid companies and disclose the final beneficiary. He pointed out that the border crossing do not collect more than 10% of the custom tariffs, stressing the need for there to be determinants of trades in all forms. He continued, irregular trades has disrupted the Iraqi economy, noting that there are non-government routes that allow entry of goods without fees. He pointed out that there is control over the sales of dollars through the electronic platforms, stressing that the central bank has launched an initiative to support banks with housing loans. He went on to say that high-price investment housing projects must be renewed, pointing out that the Iraq Fund for Development aims to provide an initiative environment for investments. He pointed out that the Biji refinery will return working again after returning its stolen materials. So what this article is saying is that the new central bank path will maintain cash and exchange rates with an 85% turnout of the electronic platform. Irregular trade is disrupting the Iraq's economy. Alphabet News reports the federal Supreme Court announced on Monday its resolution of appeals filed in the election law. Paragraph B of Article 5 of Law Number 4 of 2023, which dictates the timeline for provincial council elections, is ruled unconstitutional. Item 3 of Article 6 of the same law, which outlines qualifications related to criminal convictions for candidates, is also deemed unconstitutional. The unconstitutionality extends to paragraph C of items 1 of Article 9, which pertains to seats allocated for Christian components in the House of Representatives. An opinion, will this help the oil and gas law? Absolutely. The oil and gas law aims to resolve disputes between the central and regional government. Next, was there any set given date? The law approves is aimed before the provincial council elections on December 18th. What should we look forward to? We should look forward to improved relations between the central and regional government and better public money management. How will these laws affect the country and the world? These laws could stabilize Iraq's economy, benefiting from global oil markets and regional politics. And there wasn't a lot of news this week. You've been watching Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chella Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news on economics and reforms of Iraq. I bring you the latest Dinar news without having to keep up with all the different outlets. I'm here on YouTube every Friday, so don't forget to subscribe and turn those notification bells on. If you like my content, you can give me a thumbs up. If you really like my content, you can always seed a super chat or a super thanks in the comment section before. Again, thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for visiting Newsroom Chella Smith for your trusted Dinar news. I'll see you guys next week. Everyone take care. Make sure you join us Fridays, 4 p.m. with Newsroom Updates with Chella Smith Entertainment News.